I'm so excited for this party.
I know! I can't believe the 70s are already almost over. Do you still remember when we covered Kent State at the beginning? That was crazy.
Crazy.
Teenagers protesting the Cambodian campaign were killed last week at the tragic event called the Kent State shooting. This event caused a dramatic shock across the entire nation as hundreds of universities and high schools closed across the U.S.
Last night, 75,000 protesters gathered at the Lips at the White House. They were protesting against the Vietnam War in honor of the 4 students that were killed and others who have risked their lives for the war.
What do you think we're going to be covering soon in newscasts?
I don't know.
What do you think this new decade will bring?
It's all kinds of things it could bring.
Hopefully nothing too...
Happy New Year's! Happy
How's
New Year.
my favorite feminist?
Good, good.
You always carry that sign around with you, don't you?
Spreading the word.
Have a seat, have a seat. So how are you?
I'm good. Was Rachel able to make it tonight?
Nah, Rachel Carson couldn't make it.
Too bad. I remember when we first did the seeing newscasts with the whole interview with the EPA. And
Yeah, that was crazy stuff.
All this stuff.
Last December, President Nixon created the Environmental Protection Agency. We're here with Rachel Carson, author of book Silent Spring, to discuss the EPA and how it affects our country. Rachel, what are your thoughts on the creation of the EPA?
Well, in my book Silent Spring, I addressed the detrimental effects of pollution, and I think the EPA is really a good step that President Nixon put in place to address the problems that America is facing today, which is just uncontrollable pollution, and the effects that it has on the environment are just ridiculous.
Why do we need the EPA? What makes it so important?
The EPA is important because it protects the consumers, and it protects the American people. It regulates what businesses are allowed and aren't allowed to do, and instead of them just being allowed to secrete whatever they want and release whatever waste they want with who knows what effects on the American people and even the citizens of the whole world, the EPA really is put in place to regulate those and say you can release this into the air and you can release this into the water. No, that's not legal and that's not safe for other people.
Do you think that the EPA will affect the eagles that you wrote about in your book Silent Spring?
I think it would do a lot into just raising awareness that chemicals and these new products that we're coming up with do have effects on the environment and that they can't just be used as we wish. You know, we have to think about the things we're doing and look into the future and look at the long-term effects that these new products are having, not just, oh, you know, it'll kill all the pests, you know, what is it going to do to the eagles, what's it going to do when it bioaccumulates, you know, we need to think about these things. These are important things for us to consider for our health and for our children's health.
So, Rachel, how do you feel about the first Earth Day this past April?
I'm super excited about this first Earth Day. I think it's going to do great things to raise awareness. The scientific community is already involved in these issues, but for people that aren't as involved in the scientific community, I think it's crucial for them to learn, you know, how they're interacting with their environment and the issues that we're facing today.
What are the long-term benefits of the EPA?
There's so many long-term benefits of the EPA. I think the biggest benefit is, again, the awareness, but I think it's also looking into the future instead of being so short-sighted, and this will regulate what businesses can and can't do. And that's crucial for our generation, but also for the generations that are following us, so that we leave the world in the same state or a better state than we were given it.
What are businesses doing that we need to regulate?
Well, the emission of chemicals into the air and into the water, there's no regulation of what chemicals go where, and lots of them are new chemicals. You know, we're in a great time of growth and we're making lots of new discoveries, but what we haven't been paying attention to is what these discoveries are doing to people's health. And I think that's where the EPA comes in, and it's looking out for the people and for the animals and for the overall environment.
Well, thank you so much for talking with us today, Rachel.
You know what? I'm kind of hungry.
There's pasta cooking in the kitchen. It's almost done.
I have a joke.
Here we go.
What do you call a fake pasta?
What?
Pasta!
That joke was it was so bad.
That was almost as bad as the Nixon joke.
You want to go check on that pasta?
Yes.
Today, August 9th, 1973, President Nixon resigned as the 37th President of the United States.
Do you want to hear a joke?
Sure.
What did Nixon say when his wife complained about the dinner that he made for her?
I have no idea, but this better be good.
I'm not a cook.
Oh, that's rich.
Like Richard Nixon.
Anyways, and we're back here. This decision by President Nixon to resign followed 2 years of controversy surrounding the Watergate scandal.
Do you think I'm funny?
let's just say you really shouldn't quit your day job.
I guess I should nix on my hopes and dreams of being a comedian one day.
I'd say that's the most truthful thing you've said this far yet.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. I do it again. So, the question that lots of us are asking, and the American people are asking themselves, is, was Nixon truthful for the rest of his tenure in office?
You know, a wise man once told me that 6 out of 10 men lie on the first date, so I think that he probably was lying the whole time.
So you think Nixon falls into that 6 out of 10?
I definitely do.
Well, I think that's pretty accurate.
I know, I tend to be right about these things.
And with that, I think we're going to be done.
Oh, somebody's here. Hey guys, come on in. Hey, Carrie, my girl. I heard how your book's topping the charts.
Hey, Happy New Year's Eve!
Congratulations on The Shining. That's so awesome.
Yeah, I'm really excited.
So you guys come on in. Ready for this party to get started?
Oh yeah!
I remember when you guys visited the studio. Yeah, that seems like so long ago. Fun
first
times.
met you guys.
That was a long time ago.
This is Channel 17 News, and tonight we are covering the growing popularity of horror fiction in the reading community. We have Stephen King with us, who is a popular horror novelist, and we also have Carrie from his book of the same name, who is known for her telekinetic powers and murdering everyone at her senior prom. Mr. King, how has this reading trend affected you and the reading community?
Well, honestly, it surprised me. It's been overnight that horror fiction went from, an almost obscure genre to being on every bookshelf, everywhere. And it's just been really surprising, and I've really enjoyed the opportunity that it's provided me. And
Well, how do you feel about this, Carrie? Your name is on everyone's lips. Okay. What books do you have coming out next, Mr. King?
well, I'm actually just about to publish this book. It's titled The Shining, and I'm super excited to see what kind of reception it will bring. I'm thankful for all the popularity that Carrie has provided me, and the opportunities that will provide.
Can you stop talking about me?
That had to be like my favorite moment of the decade.
I don't even know what my favorite was. There were so many good ones.
Yeah, there were so many.
Guys, the pasta's almost ready.
Gloria! Hey, how are you?
Good. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you too.
I'd have to say for me, my favorite moment of the decade was Roe versus Wade.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
Surprise.
Remember when I was first interviewed? That was fun.
I loved watching them.
We got the right. We got the right. We got the
Gloria,
right.
I'm with Channel 17 News. Can I interview you about today's groundbreaking court decision?
Yes, definitely.
Today, the Supreme Court ruled with a 7-2 majority to legalize abortions during the first trimester. What does this decision mean for women, Gloria?
This decision is very important for women across the country. Now we have the right to control our own bodies and the right to choose. And I've been working with the National Organization for Women for years now, and we've been working towards this decision for a very long time. And today we actually have standing in the government. We've been recognized, and now the nation knows our point of view and knows what we've been working for.
Well, congratulations, Gloria, and thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Yeah, I completely agree.
So I don't know about you guys, but I feel like the oil embargo was like the worst part of this decade.
It was definitely one of the low points.
You remember how long it took me to record that? Oh my god.
Almost as long as the lines for gasoline.
Those are crazy.
The oil-producing countries of the Arab world decided to use their oil as a political weapon. They cut off oil exports in the hopes of gaining leverage in the peace negotiations that are occurring right now after the Arab-Israeli war.
The embargo banned petroleum exports and introduced cuts in oil production. The targeted countries, including the U.S. and other countries who aided Israel, were severely devastated by this embargo due to their dependence on foreign oil.
Now over to Sydney with further news on this embargo.
Nadia, as you mentioned, oil has become very scarce, and oil prices have started drastically increasing. As you can see in this graph, the slope was very continuous until recently, where it's significantly moved up. If you look in a more zoomed-in version, recently in October, it's become a real problem. Many gas stations are even having to put a limit of gallons of gas per customer. Some people are even having to abandon their cars in the streets. This is becoming a serious issue affecting all areas of the nation.
Have you guys heard any recent developments on the Iranian hostage crisis?
I haven't heard much lately.
It's still so crazy to me that so many Americans are being held hostage just because of shocking their medical care.
Oh, the phone's ringing. I'll be right back. It's probably my husband.
They're so cute together.
Yeah, remember when he came home after Vietnam?
That was so cute. She was so happy.
She really was.
That's it for the local news.
And now for the weather. Today,
The troops are coming home! The troops are coming home!
What? What do you mean?
From Vietnam! Wait, where'd Carrie go?
Guys, it's almost midnight.
Yay! Oh my gosh.
All right, let's count it down.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
1. I can't wait to be the only one to bring in this new decade.
Row! Versus... Win!
I'm not a crook.